and be shining like a light flare. Everybody going on the same road as the right there. What you gonna do in your life before the white hair? Tell me what you're doing in your life right now. Did you write out every single reason you've been down when the lights out? I know you got trouble in your life, that's for sure, no. But did you really live it like you wanted all the zeros now? I see your lights, so they fade away. I'll see you in the night when you stay awake. I see your mind, so they sail away. Trying to move when your thoughts just a glacial lake. Like the fire, like the fire, like the fire, like the fire. Ay, ay, how you wanna beat a flame if you don't burn? How you wanna beat the game if you don't learn? You know the only thing you claim is what you don't earn. If you wanna leave the brain, leave the concern. And your heart keeps on beating like the dawn, keeps on busting in your mind, keeps on thinking in the flames. They keep on burning, keep on burning, keep on burning on their own. Keep on burning, keep on burning, keep on burning, burning down. They keep on burning, keep on burning, keep on burning on their own. Keep on burning, keep on burning, keep on burning, burning down. When you consume yourself, you gotta come to an end. You gotta come to an end. When you consume yourself, you gotta come to an end, yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Feeling like danger sport. You got yourself climbing on top of the stiffest stones. More than once, but your love and superstition flows. You got the right to live like that. But every shitty moment in life, say I to act that shit. The fact that you're alive make you goddamn rich. If you don't wanna drive, go and grab that bitch. If you don't wanna strive, go and fat back quick. If you open your eyes, you will find that trick. I get you out of trouble when you're lost. See, your life never cost anything.
There we go, we're here, we're live. Hi, my name is Hella, I'm joined here by Leaky, and we are going to be casting in English the game between Brigouden and PlatPack here for the Hope Tournament, organised by BlueGenji. Welcome, Leaky, thank you very much for being here and joining me on this cast today.
Thanks for having me, I'm having a good time. I'm excited to get this started.
Yeah, likewise. So just a heads up on the lineups from the two teams. So from PlatPack we have Azure ZD3 on tank, on DPS Nostalgia and Proxy, and on support we have Spartan and Meow. And I'll leave you to introduce Brigouden.
Sure. So first of all, we have Diaz, we have Bresilur, we have Haming Tour, we have Zaritak, Zikreb Dori. I'm probably butchering that. I'm very, very sorry. We have Ikte, I believe, and Blitz as both the supports. So that was tank DPS supports. And again, I'm very, very sorry for that.
Yeah. I think they're running Ikte and Blitz today.
Yeah.
For support, but yeah, Heyman and Zaritak on DPS, and then Diaz and Bresilur on tank.
Yep, and Diaz. I realised I read out 7 names there. So it's just Hamington and Zaritak on DPS today.
It is, yes. So if you can open Overwatch and log in, I'll add you to the lobby so you can actually
fantastic
see the lobby as well. Which
that would be nice. That'd be nice.
Yeah. I asked you to introduce them because you'd practice saying their names at least once. I'd be butchering them all on the first attempt. But then I realised
I definitely need more than one attempt at practicing.
Yeah, I mean the only reason I knew how to pronounce the PlatPack ones is obviously I'm used to casting them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
But yeah, it's going to be an exciting game. PlatPack coming off the back of a loss in their previous game, hoping to get onto that win streak. And I'm just going to check how Brigouden did in their last match. I believe it was don't think I can actually see the previous results anywhere. Because I can't see the group, obviously. I'm unsure, fortunately, if whether they won or lost last time. Brigouden.
I have absolutely no record of any of their games. I have come into this blind. I'm very excited.
Very excited. Okay, okay.
Raring to go.
Raring to go. Okay. And we should be just jumping into the first map as soon as both teams have confirmed that they are ready. We should be straight into our first map, which I think is going to be Busan for Control.
I think Busan's probably one of the better maps for Control. I would rather definitely that than Ilios, for example. It'd be interesting to see what both teams run. I obviously have no idea what any team have been scrimming. So yeah, I think it obviously depends what map we load into first, but I'm looking forward to see what both teams roll out on.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with the recent meta shift due to those balance changes coming in.
I mean, hopefully we'll see a bit of brawl on a mecha base, and obviously you're expecting dive on downtown.
Yeah, 100%.
Obviously it can go either way for Sanctuary.
And yeah, so we are going to be jumping into Busan. And I might just try and hit the right button if I don't. Oh, got it right first try. Look at that.
Outstanding. It's almost like you've done this before.
Initiating match.
Almost. They're on different hotkeys, so I can't remember which hotkeys they are.
Alright, okay, fair enough.
So just a reminder for those viewing at home, we are on a 2-minute delay, just to stop any sort of stream sniping going on. So should be okay to go ahead and call out comps here because there's enough delay on the stream. So yeah, it looks like PlatPack are immediately going to go for the brawl, and it's going to be matched by Brigouden.
Yeah, so I like the May Reaper. I think obviously with the Ana Lucio, it's definitely good to just hard engage, just mow them down basically. Obviously the May obviously on both sides are going to be looking to get a decent wall to wall off maybe one of the tanks. Obviously ideally you wall off the Rhine, maybe this area as well. Obviously we'll see how this goes.
Speed boost coming down. They get in there. Both teams going to engage in the middle. Good main wall coming up.
Excellent wall, excellent wall.
The ice block was there, but gets kicked out. And it looks like Brigouden are going to get this first point.
That's really, really well played from Brigouden. Obviously Heyman getting up that May wall, isolating the tanks. As soon as obviously Azure gets burst down, that's pretty much GG. You can't, with that comp, you don't really do much without a main tank.
So Brigouden getting first cap here. PlatPack going to be pushing in, trying to recontest the point and get the recap. Maybe they can get a good May wall off this time around.
Yes, a nice rotation from just dropping right on top of them. It was an unfortunate May wall there from Haven, just okay. Trading main tanks here. Yeah, with the Lucio down on Brigouden, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's pretty much you can just steamroll. You have the speed advantage, and they're just going to try and burst down Brazil here. Yep. Excellent, excellent retake.
Yeah, and a nice May just to try and take a point, stall point.
Heyman's doing bits. Heyman's doing the work. That's a nice restall there. That was good. There was another 5-10% there. And so going into this, I think you'd want to see ZD3 open up with a grab, maybe high noon as well.
Yeah, charging
I know
that
personally
grab,
from
charging
scrims.
that grab really fast compared to Breezler.
Yeah, I mean, alt charge in general. Okay, that's an unfortunate pick on Heyman.
That's a huge block coming up from ZD3 though.
Excellent. Excellent
Massive
block for that bubble.
coming through.
Fantastic kind in from Nostalgia there.
Yeah, and that's really well played there by PlatPack. They got a nice wall off, good pin coming off the back. They lose their main tank, but they manage to stabilize.
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing from ZD3. Obviously, you do have to have that presence, that that mental fortitude that you're going to save your bubble for the shatter. Obviously, they may not have expected that Diaz had the shatter there, because he did build it up very, very quickly. But no, that was absolutely fantastic play.
This is Azure with the shatter this time. See if Azure can do anything from PlatPack. Mayo
Beacon
coming in.
everybody but Heyman. Okay, Diaz falls. That's again just fantastic engagement from PlatPack here. Absolutely fantastic engagements. The Maywall didn't really catch as much as I think Proxy wanted them to, but definitely the Maywall paid off.
Yeah, I mean they're just making that first ult each fight. That's the key thing, getting those fight wins and sort of playing around what Brigouden may have, and they're going to have the Mayo coming in here, probably going to engage with it early.
Oh, and Heyman's picked off first again. Okay, it's a nice grab isolating the tanks, and oh my god, that's an outstanding ult. Fantastic death from that attack. Can they actually retake? Without, yeah, okay, it should only just be Proxy on point here. Yeah, Nostalgia. Oh, Nostalgia and Spartan getting some picks. It's Nostalgia's the lone wolf. He's got some support now from Yao. But Nostalgia's putting on his big boy pants. He's carrying here.
He's doing a really good job. Just going that
He
out.
invested Mail and Shatter. Okay, that's fair enough. And Proxy back on the Doom stall pick. Okay, yeah, he's just going to jump off the edge. I don't know if that was the best investment from Brigouden with the Shatter and the Mail.
Yeah,
but
I think they panicked. They hadn't taken point just then. They just wanted to get that fight won.
Yeah, I get that. I totally understand that from a playing point of view. It's easy to say that, sitting speccing the game instead of actually being in game. But you can see the engagement as Azure gets walled off. Nostalgia with a very optimistic high note.
Does he get one though?
He gets one. Yeah, that's actually impressive. Okay, Blitz this time barrier only gets 3, so that obviously leaves both DPS and 80. And they still just managed to just absolutely steamroll PlatPack here. I'm not sure if they can actually contest.
That beat did just enough there.
Yeah, the tanks were able to just storm forward.
Oh, that's a huge slam coming in from Azure, but he needs to get to point.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Isn't able to get to point, and it will be Brigouden taking the first map of Busan. We are going to be joining Mecha Base, so
I did expect a lot of more dive to be played in downtown, just because that's generally what you see. Obviously, you'd maybe see dueling widows, but obviously it was nice to see the brawl. But I think both teams were kind of evenly matched. Obviously, it was 100 to 99, so I think this is going to be a really good series.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
yeah, they're very closely matched teams.
Capture the objective.
Really closely matched teams.
And so, what do you think the McCree pick over the Reaper in this scenario from Nostalgia?
It's a nice wall coming out again. Not going to get anything from it though. ZD3 though, going to get a pick.
And so I think PlatPack should just be able to steamroll here. Obviously, Azura just getting chunked down.
Yeah, keep having to back out. That Reaper just getting so much value.
That's a huge nade, an absolute huge nade from Mixie.
PlatPack are going to win this fight though. They do have the numbers advantage.
Yeah, Nostalgia's just sitting in the back, just clicking away to his heart's content.
Fight's
Okay, that's
still
a
going
nice
on,
beat. That's a huge beat.
Beat comes
Meow's
out
beat
on-
unfortunately didn't save Azura. Obviously both being traded now, so this is a totally even fight.
Aiming though, gonna go down. Grab
That's-
coming out as well. A lot of investments
Okay.
going in here.
Big investment. I like what ZD3 did. That was just kind of subtle. Nostalgia was needed, and they bubbled him just before he got nanoed. Obviously, it didn't really mean much because that attack was also nanoed and just walked up to him and clicked in his face.
Fight's still
Azura's
going on.
Azura's getting big picks here. I think PlatPack could actually just clean this up. Yep, Bresler's trying his hardest.
PlatPack do eventually clean that up. After that first pick, the fight went on. A lot of ults used though from both sides. Gonna come in 3 ults to 2 in this next fight. The big difference being the Grav. Although ZD3 nearly 70% to a second Grav already after just one team fight.
I
Incredible.
think he just had to rein in those right clicks, just try and charge it up before they get to point. Okay, quick engage, nice, very nice mail there. Everybody's caught, although excellent grab from Bresler. Nostalgia on the side, he's getting 2 picks, getting 3 picks now. Nostalgia's just he's a one-man team. He doesn't need anybody else.
Oh, there's another one.
Are you kidding me? Nostalgia's absolutely nuts.
I'm on fire.
Did he just kill 6? Was that a 6k for Nostalgia?
I don't know, it must have been very close to it.
It was 5 or 6. Unreal, absolutely
charged
unreal.
up another Deadeye from that too. I mean, we were questioning why he picked the McCree over the Reaper in this, especially in Mecha base, just because of that frontline damage. But Nostalgia just showing the value.
Yeah, we see why now. That's good. Huge slam from Diaz Pod there. That was fantastic.
Diaz Port getting a massive slam in, and with the Mayo there as well. So 2 ults invested in that on that fight win. PlatPack with 74% on point. Capture progress. Coming in now with 4 ults and close to a beat as well, so close to a 5th. They need to play around the beat from Blitz though, as that could counter a lot of the damage from these ults from PlatPack. They're gonna make the
Oh, they've
rotation.
got the fake out in the rotation. That's
It's huge!
Oh my god!
It's massive! It's a huge beat though, gonna save the team. Nano the Rhine as well, trying to keep the Rhine alive.
Azura's needed and he's slept now as well. He can't play the game.
Frozen.
Oh no, that's a huge death blossom from Zara attack. Absolutely huge death blossom.
There will be no courageous play from Nostalgia this time. And Brigouden
Unfortunate.
able to hold on, and actually held on against a very large ult advantage from PlatPack there. Some really good nades, a massive beat as well to sort of deny that shatter value from Azure. Foxy, he's going to get that off,
Oh my god.
but it's not going to be enough.
Diaz probably just doing everything himself. A questionable grab onto ZD3, then I'm not sure if that was absolutely necessary, but that's just an easy cleanup. Diaz probably just putting the team on his back. He just said, I will be your carry.
This is coming less like PlatPack versus Brigouden and more like Diaz Port versus Nostalgia.
Literally, yeah. That was very unfortunate just to see what happened to Azure there. He just got frozen instantly and just picked off before he could get the point.
Nostalgia with the Deadeye.
All patched up.
Going to come in from the side, coming in the back, trying to get connect. How
That
PlatPack
is
haven't
another
taken
two.
the point, I don't know.
A bold high noon from Nostalgia. Absolutely. I respect it, but that's unfortunate.
And Brigouden are going to take map 1 on Busan.
I think just in terms of ult management, Brigouden were just just completely outplayed PlatPack there. With that second to last fight, I think they invested 3-4 ults and didn't really accomplish anything, which is obviously unfortunate. But these things happen. I think just the layering of ults from Brigouden was just a lot better than PlatPack.
Yeah, just much better usage. I mean, it's interesting because unlike the first point, the PlatPack had the better usage of ults for the predominant for that map, and then we go to Mecha Base second point, and then Brigouden come in with the better ult usage.
Yeah, I think just with on downtown, obviously PlatPack had the earlier engagements, and I think Brigouden, sorry, they just kind of flipped that. They were just okay. Well, we're just going to engage first now, and it just worked out a lot better for them.
I think so, yeah. So looks like we're going to be going to Hollywood for our second map.
And so, what kind of comps do you think they're going to be running? Is it just going to be more a brawl, do you think? Are they going to be playing? Obviously, you've got a lot of high ground to just kind of abuse in the street space. So we could maybe see some ball diva, some dive. That's what I personally want to see. What about yourself, Ella?
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to see something a bit different. Obviously, both teams coming out on the brawl. Would be nice to see something different, just to see what would happen. At the moment, the biggest difference is in that DPS line, that simple switch between the Reaper versus the McCree, and you know, obviously with the high points, especially on second point Hollywood, we are going to see hopefully some more high ground control, like with an Ashe maybe or a Hanzo.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to see some long range DPS like an Ashe, a Hanzo, a Widow maybe. I've got my fingers crossed. I doubt it, but I do love to see some Widow plays myself. And straight off the bat, Heyman is looking to be picking the Widow here.
Yeah, Heyman on the Widow, so you're going to get your wish. Are going to see some Widowmaker. Meanwhile, we are going to see PlatPack running the same again.
I think this is fine. Obviously playing into double shield and with the Widow just being protected at the back, I think Nostalgia might have to swap to Widow just to kind of match that, or just try and challenge him in some way.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
It's going to be down to Heyman now. Oh, it's a huge pick.
Beautiful shot from Heyman. Absolutely beautiful. And I think from this, Nostalgia has to swap. I don't know if you can play McCree into this. Although obviously you can just play around the May to try and isolate tanks, just speed into them. Okay, as I say that, Nostalgia goes for the Widow duel. This is what I like to see. I love a Widow duel.
Oh, Nostalgia gonna get the pick. Although Hanmin gonna get res and is gonna have this shield as well. Nostalgia doing the right movements there, trying to avoid the headshot, and but that shield's gonna make it really difficult for Nostalgia
Well,
to
that's
win
going on
this.
though. Brigouden have given up a tick. They've given up 54%. So the Roxy with the huge freeze onto Egg Team.
Not only that, but they had a Rhine in their backline. That's the last thing you want on a double shield fight. The whole team rotated round and took the backline, fight, which is exactly what you want to do when you're playing the brawl comp. Is to
Definitely, I think.
avoid line of sight and just get up close.
I think they just use Nostalgia as a distraction. Okay, and here we go, straight away. You've got Proxy on the high ground. Nostalgia just playing on the low ground. Fair enough. It's the exact opposite of what I was expecting.
I think it will be the exact opposite to what Brigouden are expecting as well. And yeah, Nostalgia is going to make that rotation onto the high ground. Is going to be dueling away against the Widow of Heyman. a really good angle coming out here from Nostalgia. Azure with a shatter coming in, gets nanoed as well. Is anti though. Massive wall coming up from Proxy, but still.
Oh, that's a huge shatter from Diaz. Absolutely huge, and the nade as well on top. That has to be an easy fight win. Easy fight win. Diaz's shatters have been absolutely outstanding already, and we're only a map and a half in.
Incredible shatter from Diaz, and you got to ask yourself how that shatter went through, because Azure's shield was up when the Q was pressed. Just unfortunate timing of the dropping of the shield, I think.
Very unfortunate timing, yeah. I think that's just just kind of have to practice and just kind of get accustomed to, I guess. Big pick off from Proxy onto Haven, so that's the threat eliminated. Big wall as well onto Diaz, even though he's nanoed. Okay, that mail is absolutely massive. Zaratak though getting some picks.
PlatPack are gonna get the trades though. Pretty even fight still. The Widow of Han, Eamon just clicking heads.
Eamon gets his revenge and then some.
I needed that.
Yeah, and Nostalgia actually switching over to the Tracer as well.
Yep,
Trying to
I
deal
think
with
this is
Widow, but no,
huge
another
shot onto
headshot.
Nostalgia. Huge shot. And so I think with this, you'd maybe be looking to just... Okay, as I say that, 80 just picks off Spartan and Heyman takes off Meow. And so obviously that's, you just speed into them, you just head first, you int down mid, and you kill anything that you can.
Yeah, PlatPack really struggling with the second point. That Widow of Heyman just getting so much value, getting a lot of heads. I think PlatPack may need to consider changing comps here. That's a huge grab!
That's a big grab. But another big grab in return. Huge bomb from Nostalgia. I was just about to say Nostalgia's needing that bomb. 3k already from Nostalgia. Drizzler doing his best again just to stall and cart, but it's not enough. When there's 4 people surrounding you, you can't really do anything.
Proxy gonna win that Widow duel.
Definitely bold from Heyman trying to shoot into me behind the round shield. A big slam from Diaz again, getting 2 down, and that's off the back of that, the nano and the shatter. That's really the kind of what Brigouden have just been kind of playing off of, is just nano and Diaz, making sure he gets at least 3 in a shatter, which he does. He has done for the last kind of map and a half, as I said.
Yeah, really well played by Diaz. Poor, just really strong Rhyme play we're seeing from Diaz. I don't think Azure's just quite meeting his match. I mean, that's a huge block as well from Diaz.
Big block from Diaz. And Azure's picked off. The beat wasn't enough to save him.
Got picked off before the beat comes down, but they are investing ults thinking that this is going to be last fight. That cart does move a little bit closer, and again, Heyman with the picks from the high ground.
Heyman's completely uncontested. There's nobody that can match him on the high ground there. Heyman's just raining down shots. He's moved on top of Jail just to try and get a better angle, and it's just a complete cleanup from Brigouden here. Azure's going to do his best again, and he's naded instantly and just chunked down. A good effort from PlatPack. I don't know if that comp they were running, the Tracer May, was the best going into Brigouden there. Obviously Heyman's an absolute monster on this Widow.
They need,
What do
yeah,
you think they could have done better?
they need to be doing something against this Widow. This Widow is just getting so much value against them.
Initiating
The
match.
maybe even just switching the Zarya over to a Diva just to sort of get up in that Widow's face and sort of try and put some pressure on. Maybe even commit to a full dive and just try and get that Widow, put lots more pressure on that Widow and try and stop Heyman from getting so much value with all these lines of sight.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, as I said, Heyman was completely uncontested for most of that, actually. I definitely wouldn't be against a full dive just to hard commit onto Heyman. Obviously, they didn't have the Mercy for the Streets phase, so that, you know, obviously just kind of takes down to 5v6, and then you can just even try and play it slow there and just look for another dive target. It's not necessarily entirely up to the DPS to pick off a Widow. Obviously, it's a team game. But I do think maybe Nostalgia could have stayed on the Widow, because I don't think he was doing terribly. He got picked up a couple of times, but mainly I think it was because Heyman was standing behind the shield.
5, 4, 3.
Look at the mirror map going in, the mirror matchup, sorry, going into Brigouden's attack here.
Incoming. Defend objective A.
Yeah, so PlatPack going to be switching to the McCree, from the McCree to the Reaper.
Instead just, oh, that's an unlucky wall, unfortunate. Heyman with the much better wall, isolating off Azure, and they're able to pick him off and just steamroll forward.
Yeah, Nostalgia trying to help out his Reinhardt, but wasn't quite enough there. Was going to get picked out, and PlatPack just slowly pushed back. They are going to get the Rein back though. And they are going to get the picks. PlatPack are going to try and stabilize this.
Lucio 1v1 not being honoured by ZD3.
ZD3 making sure the fight is won, helping out is Lucio there. And you could just see the difference in ult charge from Meow and Blitz.
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously just because Meow obviously had a lot more people to heal, his team wasn't getting picked off. And they're just going to rush through server. That's a big issue. Well, isolating the Ana, definitely. So obviously they don't have Lucio heals. Big block from Azure there.
Azure still not even close to Shatter just yet.
Oh, he's grab. Okay, Diaz probably just walks into the grab. Fair enough. Huge beat from Blitz.
Diaz goes down. Reaper gonna pop the ult knowing that Ryan
ult.
shield isn't there, and they're gonna be able to clean this up.
That was really well done. Really well done from Nostalgia there. I think Spartan obviously was the one to kind of start that off. Just needing Diaz as he charged in, so he was just able to get burst down completely.
Yeah, really well played there by PlatPack. It's a nice defense so far, and you wonder whether Heyman may switch to the Widow, just of how much value they got on it from last point.
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely that would be a decent switch, just to try and pick up one of the supports or one of the DPS. But they are obviously needing the Blizzard just now. That's a huge pick from ZT3. Huge pick. They can't really do much with it. There's Zarya. Huge Death Blossom from Zaratak, and they layer in the Nano and the Blizzard. Okay, fair enough. Full commitment. Wins the fight.
Spartan just going to drop down from the perch, just to stall point a little bit longer, I think. I don't think PlatPack are going to contest this. I think they're just going to get set up for their point 2 defense.
Nostalgia moving on to the Hanzo.
Yeah, I think that's a wise decision coming into second point. Just going to get this high ground control, especially with Heyman still on that Mei. There's no sort of contest for this sort of line of sight damage that you're going to get from the Hanzo.
Yeah, I mean obviously Storm Arrows are just such a great tool to use. Is he even peeking behind the? Okay, he is. Trying to look for a shot on Icta here. Just can't quite get it, still just pushing cart. Really good use of sight lines from Brigouden here. Just making sure they're not peeking. Big meal.
It's a nice freeze though. PlatPack are gonna get the kills coming in. Beat, very late beat coming down, isn't actually gonna save Brigouden here, and they are gonna get picked off.
I would have been looking to save that beat if I was Blitz. Obviously, we know that ZD3 had the grab coming up. You really should be expecting that with how well ZD3's been playing. So ZD3 now just have a free grab combo, and they have 5 ults to Brigouden's 2. I think this should just be an easy hold, an easy fight. Sorry for PlatPack.
And they're aware exactly where they're coming from. That's a huge grab.
Massive
And
grab.
the dragon coming in. There it is.
A little bit late, but it gets 2, and Nostalgia with the headshot as well onto Zaratak. Huge. Again, a questionable shatter from Diaz. I'm not sure if that was the one.
Diaz getting a bit of that adrenaline rush from being so much of a carry so far. Just thought, there's a big slam. I'm gonna slam down, gonna get a charge, and I'm gonna do all the damage. But without the follow up on the shatter from the rest of your team, you're not gonna really get the value that you really need from it. And that's what happens.
Definitely not. And then Brigouden again do the same thing, just playing underneath so they can't get that any damage.
It's Azure with a massive,
big slam from Azure.
massive slash shatter coming in from Azure, but the big grab coming in from Driesler.
And they're able to just push hard for a little bit now. The beat's invested by Meow, so they're just wanting to speed in. Nostalgia with the pick onto Icti, that's huge. They only have the Lucio heals. The Lucio is just too hard to hit for proxy, it seems.
60 seconds remaining.
冻住了，不洗澡。
That's a nice Mayo coming in though.
Very good Blizzard, I think, from Blitz. And they're able to get the picks. Zaratak and Diaz getting some picks, although obviously Diaz just falls down. And Nostalgia just dies at 99% or 98% ult. That's unfortunate.
Gotta watch this Reaper coming in from the top.
Zaratak TP's in. He gets the 1 and he's able to just wraith out.
It is an important one though. That is that Ana.
Definitely, yeah.
Your sort of main healing into your front line. And PlatPack, after a sort of a slow attack, you know, pretty strong defense here. They're gonna have another fight. Just needing the Hanzo to touch Cart. They should be able to get another fight. Oh, the dragon!
He just stands still on Cart. I'm fair enough, they can't point, but okay. Brigouden wins.
Yeah, really unlucky there from PlatPack, from Nostalgia in particular. Just gonna get the dragon off, but wasn't able to rotate the point. And Azure again. And yeah, this was the pulse bomb. Gonna get the high noon as well with that. Follow up coming in. Very nicely done. Very close. These teams are incredibly close. Really are really close in skill, and you know, you can seeing some really good plays, not just from one person from each team, but we saw some really strong plays from the whole team. ZT3 getting some really nice grabs. We saw some really big shatters coming in from Diazpour. You've got Hanmin showing up on the Widow, followed by some really good Mei ults on the Mei on attack. It's just a really strong play today.
No, I totally agree. I think when it comes to the Brawl matchup, it's very even. Obviously the defense was a little bit in Brigouden's favour, obviously because Haim was on the Widow, and they didn't really have an answer to that. So I think maybe just try and force the Brawl v Brawl matchup, because it's kind of 50-50.
Yeah, I mean Brigouden did come in with that Brawl on attack. We were expecting them to run the Widow again, and
Definitely, yeah. I was expecting at least one sniper. Again, hoping, I guess. But no, I definitely think it was some questionable ults at some times from Brigouden, but I think they can just maybe clear that up for the next map.
it's very strange. Brigouden seem to be hit or miss with their ults. we saw them getting their ults perfect on was it Mecha Base of Busan,
Yeah, yeah.
and again on defense their ult usage was pretty much perfect. So,
Yeah, I think it's just down to not ulting when you're 3, 4 people down. It's it's just a very kind of plain thing to say, but it's obviously in the heat of the moment or whatever. Um, you just kind of think, okay, this you see your opportunity, you're like, okay, I'm gonna get a huge slam, or a huge grab or whatever, but there's no follow up because obviously half your team are dead.
yeah, exactly. And the other thing is to point out is PlatPack weren't very good at sort of punishing these wasted ults, with that sort of building an ult advantage off the back of them. Brigouden still able to maintain either an ult advantage or or at least even in ults throughout the majority of both maps. So even though they're throwing some ults here and there, they're still able to keep up with the ult pace.
Yep, and I think that maybe also comes down to PlatPack's ult usage. I mean, we did see when there were, I think, 5 ults to 2. It's just kind of layering ults on top of one another, maybe unnecessarily. Obviously, on Brigouden's first attack, there was the Shatter, the Nano, and I think the Death Blossom as well, the Blizzard maybe. I don't know if that's the best kind of combo. You maybe want to save one of them. If fair enough, it cleans the team up, I guess, but maybe that's something that you can use for the next fight. It's just another utility that you've got.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just sort of the fight planning. I think needs to be a little bit worked on, not just from PlatPack but from Brigouden as well. You know that sometimes they're getting their their fight plans spot on. Flight plans. That's a new phrase. They're getting their fight plans spot on, and other times it's just like all the planning seems to have disappeared, and they're just layering these ults on top of each other. So definitely something for both teams to be working on.
No, definitely, I totally agree. It's obviously you are going to be doing ult checking during your ult tracking, sorry, during the game, and it's fair enough. It's one thing having an understanding of what ults the enemy team has, and obviously what ults you have, but it's what are you going to do with those ults? What are they going to do when the enemy team ults? If they use grab, what are we going to do? It's just kind of it's all well and good having that, and then obviously trying to execute that as well can be a completely different story.
Absolutely. The alt usage is key. Like even if you're not that good in the neutral fight, like by having good alt usage, you can still like really compete for a map, even against
Definitely,
a
yeah.
team that's pretty good on the neutral fight. So the neutral fight's only the alt usage is a key mechanic to the game, which is the whole point that they're there, and getting good value out of each of your ults is gonna really help you, get those clutch fight wins that you need to win a map.
No, definitely. I think we're going to Anubis for map 3. I think, are they going to be running Brawl again?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what to expect at this point. I'm pretty sure it probably will be, but yeah, it's also quite likely to be something a bit different on Anubis. I mean, obviously for point 2, Brawl is very strong, both on attack and defense. But on point 1,
Yeah,
I would
absolutely.
think maybe not so much.
I think I'm hoping to see Heyman on the Widow again, because obviously for first attack, even first defense as well, Widow is just fantastic. Just getting those long sight lines, try and maybe get a pick off as they're rotating through the choke. Maybe try and get a pick off on a support, maybe the Ana that obviously Spartan's been running.
Yeah, I'd quite like to see Nostalgia coming back on the Widow and taking that Widow 1v1. I think that'd be really exciting to watch. both of these DPS players on the hit scan role predominantly have been playing really well. The Widow from Heyman just so critical on Hollywood attack, and we'll be going into Anubis with the same sort of expectation from Hanmin, and Nostalgia obviously on the McCree, way back on Busan, just absolutely doing bits for PlatPack, getting almost winning fights on his own. So to see these two heavyweights in a 1v1 would be an incredible thing to watch.
Definitely, and without a shield as well, that'd be quite nice. I think Heyman was just kind of abusing the shields that he was given, which, I mean, fair enough. If you've got the resource there, use it. But it does come down to the integrity of the 1v1.
Yeah.
But it's just unfair on Nostalgia, isn't it?
Yeah, Nostalgia obviously shooting straight into a shield is not gonna help, but they got the first point very fast. PlatPack on Hollywood on their attack off the back of Nostalgia getting a pick, and
Yep, definitely.
onto that opposing Widow, and then the distraction from that allowed PlatPack to rotate all the way around the back.
It's a fantastic rotation.
Fantastic rotation, and just got the Rhine straight onto the back line, onto that Orisa, and just getting the fight win off the back of that. Nostalgia didn't need to do anything else. His job was done.
I think he was just the bait for about 3 people, and that was the Mercy, the Widow, and the Sigma. And they were just all looking at Nostalgia, and nobody was focusing on the rest of the team, who were just storming their backline.
Yeah, exactly. Just the value from that alone was just beautiful. It was a really beautiful piece of play from PlatPack. Not something you're used to seeing from sort of these platinum teams in Pool A. Something you'd be expecting to see from the higher ranking teams like the Diamond and Masters teams in Pools B and C, and then who knows, these teams, they might be against those teams. We never know. But PlatPack, they need to win maps now. They're 2-0 down. It's a 1-3 series. They need to win the next 3 maps in a row. They can afford a draw, but then they still need to win 3 without Brigouden getting that victory on one map.
I think if PlatPack continues to just play Brawl, maybe Nostalgia matches Heyman on the Widow if he's playing, there's maybe a good chance of a reverse sweep.
I would love to see a reverse sweep, because then we get to cast even more matches of this caliber. But I would love to see it to go to 2-2 at the very least, so we get as many maps as possible with these 2 very evenly matched teams, and the score doesn't quite show that, I don't think, how even these teams are. It's been so close so far.
No, definitely, I totally agree. Obviously, I think Hollywood was obviously less kind of matched in terms of PlatPack's attack, obviously because it didn't really have a solid answer to Heyman's Widow, but obviously we'll see what the next map brings.
Absolutely. Anyway, I think this will conclude our 5 minutes break. I don't know how long we were talking for, but I think we are ready for the next maps. I don't know about you. I've been sitting here talking about it for a while, and I'm just anxious to get underway with map number 3, Temple of Anubis.
No, I'm itching to go for this one. I'm really wanting to see what both teams are going to end up running.
Indeed. Let's jump in to Temple of Anubis. Just waiting. We should be able to see. Okay,
Ready for battle.
so it looks like we're gonna see the Widow.
Widow junk. Okay, I like it. Especially with the double shields and obviously the BAP and the Mercy. That's obviously a variation on what they ran on the defense on Hollywood, and obviously playing the Reaper instead of the junk. But I think this is an absolutely solid comp for defense.
Yeah, but look at this. The comp coming in from PlatPack here, they're also going to be running this junk. And I think they're going to try, and I think that the idea behind the Pharah is sort of this Mei that they're facing so often is just going to cause problems, but I don't know. Heyman's Widow, very scary to play a Pharah into.
Playing Pharah without a Mercy as well, that's bold from Nostalgia.
And immediately gets taken down.
Straight away, yep. I think that may be a call for Nostalgia to switch there. And they're just rotating on the left into the Mega, where Heyman's obviously just rotated again. He just gets 3 sightlines through that choke.
Proxy actually managed to get over left hand side. It's going to be shooting in from this left hand side. It's going to try and sort of get onto this high ground and sort of bully this Widow a little bit. Widow rotating again. Proxy just going up there.
Proxy's just,
and he's taking it on and gonna get the win here. Gonna chase
the get that kill.
Chasing the Mercy as well to stop the res. Gonna help his Lucio.
Huge combo on the Mercy. Absolutely outstanding from Proxy.
Proxy just going in here.
Proxy has absolutely no fear. He's neck deep in their backline, just pumping grenades into them, and he's got tired already.
Yeah.
Proxy's doing so much on this Junkrat.
And I think it's just worth mentioning here just how much work the tank line did for Brigouden. You know, they are with Proxy in the back line, the tanks are getting picks on the front line and almost stabilized that, but Proxy just too strong.
Too strong, and they've got Tyre coming into this next fight. They're obviously coming up on both support ults, as are Brigouden. Okay, they're switching the tanks. So obviously we're going to have the ult economy in favour of PlatPack here.
Yeah, massive ult economy advantage, but ZD3 pushing in down main on his own.
And Heyman's coming up on site, so he's just going to be, they're just going to be able to stall for 15 seconds while Heyman has his sights up.
Yeah, but they're going to manage to launch this Tyre, just trying to get one pick off of it. He's going to get the Rhine, that's going to be enough to engage here.
The window from Blitz and the Vault from Icti.
Azure going for a charge deep into the back line. The res comes in.
The Tyre's going very deep, gets Nostalgia. The ZD3 and Proxy getting the picks, shattering into the shield from Azure. That's unfortunate, that happens. But they're still going further, they're going absolutely into the spawn.
It's huge, and they're going to get the first pick. And this is an incredible time. It's incredible time from PlatPack here so far.
It's really nice stalling from Heyman. This sleep on Breslers, he just doesn't even get to the point.
You can hear that capture progress just coming. They're so close, 99.8%. Incredible. But they are going to eventually cap point. But that's still an incredible time from PlatPack. That's exactly what they needed coming in off the break, having gone 2-0 down in the series.
That was huge. I think the break maybe was allowed PlatPack to reset, maybe. Obviously, there's a total momentum change. And they just layered their ults properly, I think. Just going in to be on Anubis. Obviously, they had a couple of ults coming up, so that was perfect. Just steamrolling.
Yeah, and I think the tank switch, although it's ideal to switch the tanks for that point, you're going in, switching both tanks, you're dropping both of those ult charge, especially considering the tanks were the two that really got their most ult charge off first point just because of how much work they were doing. And we are going to have a slight pause just for a moment. And I can actually jump back to this, can't I? And we are going to have this, you know, I think switching, but yeah, as I was saying, switching both of the tanks, you're dropping both of those ult charges, and PlatPack were just able to layer their ults.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, engaging with Proxy's tire, that was a huge pick on Diaz. Obviously, he did get rezzed, but it was at the cost of Valk and the window from BAP, from Blitz, obviously. But it was just too much. They just stormed the backline as they did on Hollywood, and it was perfect.
Yeah, it really was perfect play from PlatPack, but again, I think there's some things to take away as well from the side of Brigouden. You know, they had a nice widow on first point, getting some good value. That the proxy though chasing down made that a bit more difficult, and not what you would expect to see a diving junk rat, but there we are.
Absolutely not. That is the last thing I expected. Just Proxy just to go all the way in, no fear at all, just spamming down the widow and the Mercy. It was huge play from Proxy.
Yeah, and we're seeing here that obviously we've had a disconnection from one of the players from Brigouden, but we'll be back as soon as we have re-established the internet and turned the internet back on.
Can be a tricky thing, that, can it? And
Yeah.
we're back in. Fantastic.
We are back in. We are back. And we should be able to go back to the Overwatch.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
We're going to see ZD3 taking the Sigma.
Okay, I think they're just opting for big spam, just to absolutely melt Diaz's shield. Obviously, I think it's a good pick, maybe going for the D.Va, just to try and absorb some of that damage, because otherwise Diaz is going to have a chance. The shield's going to get melted in a second.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
That's a bit of damage coming in straight away there from Proxy. Yana just pointing into the sky with a nade, coming in over the top, see if it lands. Isn't going to connect
It's
with anything.
overshot it ever so slightly, and because of that, the team are just waiting in that choke, and they're obviously waiting as 5. They only have those two heals, but I'm not sure if PlatPack know that.
Yeah, that's a massive wall coming off. Zero getting walled off again, but Nostalgia going to get picks. Proxy as well. DPS coming alive here from PlatPack.
I think it was a huge lamp from Meow there just to keep Azure alive. Just obviously that may well separated him, but with that lamp he was able to stay up, and his DPS was able to get the picks. That's really good play from the supports.
Yeah, and again, Baptiste not a hero that we see Meow on very often.
I think Meow's doing absolutely fantastic on this map. He's 85 to his window.
Yeah, but they're going to have to compete with the Nano coming in, but that's a massive pick.
That attack.
I'm going to get 2 with
And
a tire
pick
as well.
a tire from Proxy. Oh my good god.
Humongous.
So that's that push completely halted. Proxy's just going off.
Where was his Proxy? I think they've substituted Proxy, or they've turned him on or something, like, you know. Found the on switch.
And again, just 80s are lining up nades, which, fair enough, it gets a bit of damage in, but it also just it doesn't really do much if the team isn't pushing in.
Oh, it's massive. It's
Next
huge.
catches 4! And the Dragon's eaten by Bresler, so that's huge for Brigouden.
Yeah, really big eat from the D.Va.
冻住，不洗澡。
Both grinds Nano.
Big slam from Diaz. Huge slam on top of the mail. But in saying that, okay, I was going to say Nostalgia's getting picks, but that's just clean up from Brigouden.
Yeah, it's both Proxy and Nostalgia still alive on point, and we've just seen how dangerous both of them are. So they did well to finish off that fight and get clean up. Of course, this time though, when we saw PlatPack on attack, they had a big ult advantage, but it is actually gonna be pretty even coming through here for Brigouden. They're not gonna have as big of an advantage as PlatPack did. And Proxy gonna get one early.
Big pick. Huge pick from Proxy, and he's got tired already. And Nostalgia as well. That 4v6, they just have to back out. They don't have any speed because they don't have a Lucio. I was kind of hoping for PlatPack to go forward and just try and chase kills, but obviously with the Mei, maybe not the safest idea. And I think it's just going to be the usual, just spam down mid until Brigouden decide on a rotation. They are just kind of, okay, they're committing to the hard left push now. Proxy can maybe try and feint the tire here.
Oh,
Or Nostalgia going for the dragon is big.
it's not going to actually connect with anything. The arrow travels too far. But Proxy and Spartan going to get the pick. But
Death Blossom from
massive.
Zan attack. Huge Death Blossom from Zan attack. Proxy picks up 2 again. If we just we're allowing Proxy to just kill 4 people a fight, and that's fine. Nobody's bothered. That's absolutely huge, just amazing kind of stabilizing from PlatPack. But they have Nano on Brigouden's side. They obviously have Diva Bomber coming up on Mail. I think Meow has to be conservative. I think.
Oh, look at that Proxy getting another one. Another early pick
Proxy
just from the spam damage from the top.
And they aren't even checking Proxy. He's being allowed to rain damage down.
Yeah, and there's a Ryan for Diaz.
Yeah, Diaz is.
He's going to be able to get out there, actually. PlatPack not punishing that.
And Proxy's got another tire already. And then it's another kill on Heyman.
It is another kill on Heyman. Coming down from Proxy. Damage coming down. Azure going to charge in here with a bubble. ZD3 as well.
It was a questionable shot from Diaz, but I'm not sure if that actually went into anything or if it went into their shield. ZD3 just picking up the kills. The D-Mech and onto Diaz.
It is looking very good for PlatPack. They're coming up on 2 ults. They already have 2 in the bank. And, you know, but Brigouden gonna have Freeze and Diva Bomb coming up for this fight, and that's a big combo if you can nail the Diva Bomb.
And both DPS are already picked off. I think the trouble here is they're just not committing to a rotation. They're not all sticking behind the rain shield. They're just allowing that free damage to come in from Proxy and Nostalgia.
Yeah, and
so they're never able to fight a 6.
And the Ana and the Bap just shooting in damage, shooting in healing from such a far way away. Such a range, just pumping healing into Proxy, just keeping him up. Obviously Proxy getting bubbles as well from ZD3. He's just free on this high ground.
Still committing on Proxy. I know there's 5 ults coming on for PlatPack, and obviously only 4 for Brigouden. But I think they'd select Proxy. That was their window.
Oh, and he's got 2 again.
And there's 2. He cancelled me. Proxy just cancelled Blitz's beat. That's a huge ult that they lost, and they still commit with the Nano. It's a big slam.
And gonna follow up with it as well. The Riesler.
Riesler charges the bomb. Bold. I think that's a big grab from ZD3. That's huge. That's amazing from him.
Yeah, and
And
PlatPack
that is
just
gonna be
with the spawn advantage, it's going to be really hard now. And it looks like it's going to just be clean up here from PlatPack. Another kill.
He was doing a really good job at staying alive here.
Oh, but
the
then
stall from Heyman. And the clean up. Okay.
that is going to be it. And PlatPack are going to take map 3 and they are going to force a map 4. A huge turnaround from them. It's a really good hold. It was a beautiful attack and it was a massive play from the Reinhardt here. This slam, beautiful.
not quite sure where Diaz went there. He just went up to the left.
Actually got booped up by the
Okay.
getting booped up by the
That's the
concussion
junk
mine.
mine. Yeah. Okay. That's fair. But that was a fantastic hold from PlatPack. It's just, as I said, just free damage from Proxy and Nostalgia. Brigouden just didn't have an answer to it.
And we can see them just getting onto the scoreboard. This is their first map win of the tournament, having lost 3-0 in their previous match. And you know, to qualify for the bracket stage, you know, if you lose 2 games, you're pretty much out. There's no way of coming back from losing 2 games. So this is do or die for PlatPack now, and they've just showed up at the right time.
Yeah, and I think that this, even for just morale and just for the mental, this win's huge for PlatPack. They can go into Havana just with riding off that high, and obviously, I really want to see Nostalgia playing Widow here. Obviously, Havana's very open map. Yeah, okay, he's already locking it. That's fantastic. But yeah, I'd say a huge win for PlatPack on Anubis there.
Incredible round, and you know, they took what was looking very close match between PlatPack and Brigouden, and they made it look like PlatPack were in a whole new league. But that obviously the score shows you that Brigouden have been playing incredible as well today. But I think Proxy on that junk just really won that map for PlatPack. Really strong performance.
Yeah, it was really good at Proxy, just abusing that high ground on top of the choke. I just didn't have any answer for it at all. I would have liked to maybe see Heyman swap, or maybe either the DPS swap just to a Widow or a Hanzo, or just something to try and force him off high ground. Or even, I think Bresler was maybe playing the D.Va, so Bresler could have just flew up and just try and boop them off the high ground just for a second. That allows them to rotate, but obviously that wasn't the case.
Yeah, and we're going to Havana for map number 4, and again those long sight lines. And actually Heyman electing not to pick the Widow, and they're going to hold really close here. Really close.
I love that forward hold position. That's fantastic. It just allows them to collapse on them, and then just get early kills.
Oh, you can see though Proxy on the Bastion, going to be able to get the damage coming through.
And Nostalgia on the junk as well. They're just going for full spam to melt them down.
Yeah, it's a really smart idea, and you know Proxy going to get one, and that is the Ana, and that's a big pick.
But in saying that, the house is still just going the way of Brigouden, and they're not able to kind of force their way out of spawn just yet.
Yeah, they're coming out of spawn now. They're getting out of spawn. Azure with the shield up. Proxy is able to come through.
Some huge kill from Nostalgia.
Yeah.
The beat from Blitz just a little bit too late again. I think he has been a little bit late on some of the beats there. And that's just easy, I think, clean up for PlatPack there.
Hello there.
Yeah, I mean, Azure's got very deep though. Might get punished here. But yeah, the advantage of such a close hold is you'll be able to get at least another fight in.
Yeah, I think that's one of the advantages of that forward hold position, is that if it goes well, you deny them any cart progress at all. If it goes badly, you get at least two fights, I'd say.
Yeah, you can see Heyman on the Widow, but already getting focused down here. The Bastion beaming down where the Widow is.
It's a big shatter from Azure there. That was knocking, I think, both tanks down. And Heyman just gets dueled by Meow, and that's the Widow gone. Proxy picking up some kills on, or a kill, sorry, on Zaratak on the Bastion ult, and he just setting up and just going, having so much fun, holding left click.
Yeah, I mean, they're not dealing with this Bastion at all. There's no shield either in front of it, so it should be easy to just spam down the Bastion, obviously without that mobility, and obviously Proxy now going to get onto cart. It's going to be much harder to deal with.
Wrestler just goes in 1v6, and okay, fair enough. That's a really quick, really good first cap for PlatPack there.
And they're going to commit with this Bastion.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously now Heyman just switched on to the Mei. I think that may be a little bit problematic for Proxy, but maybe they can just try and play around that.
Oh
Big
my
kill from that tire.
word! That was huge. The pin from Azure taking the shield down, actually allowed to get the double kill with that tire.
That was really good kind of presence there from Azure, just making sure he's getting that shield in for that tire kill. And Nostalgia just raining damage into that small room where they're all just kind of clumped up. He's going to get another tire ready very soon, I think.
Oh, it's a huge grab. And the follow-up's coming in as well. Beautiful grab from ZD3 there.
Diaz-Paul trying to get a charge kill or something, but Azure and the rest of the team are just all over him.
It's like we're watching a whole new team after the break.
Yeah, I mean it just takes a couple of minutes just for that mental to reset, just for the momentum to reset, and then PlatPack is just storming here. The grab gets nothing.
Oh, the sleep as well.
And the sleep from Spartan. Proxy has another Bastion ult. Oh, there's a big slam from Azure! A huge slam from Azure!
No follow-up, unfortunately, though. Gonna get one from the tire.
One with the tires. The Lucio, fair enough. Can they get the rest of the kills though? Meow is just looking for an angle on Heyman in that car. Huge, excellent kill from Meow.
Yeah, Meow just getting really good value out of this Zen.
Diaz-Paul invests the shatter and just gets melted down completely.
Yeah, misses the pin because surely because it's melted down before, getting that final hit against the wall. And actually going to be able to keep Meow alive from that.
I don't really think this is great from Brigouden. I think he's contesting from up there, that's okay. I don't know if that's great play from Brigouden there. I don't know if they want to kind of trickle onto the car. They just want to regroup and take an early fight maybe when they cap. But obviously they're not going to get the opportunity now.
I mean, in this sort of open sightlines, we can see Heyman just going to be able to get a bit more value coming in. But again, just going to put Proxy down. Like, obviously they got the damage fall off from that Bastion, and the closer this cart gets, the worse it's going to be for Brigouden. They want to deal with this Bastion when they've got the range advantage.
Yeah, and you see Heyman just now moving onto that high ground where I think he probably should be the entire time. I don't know if he wants to be playing with the team, but he's now just trying to get an off angle. Everybody's just clumped around that car and they're just playing so well together. Nostalgia spams him out. Huge grab from ZD3. A big tire.
You could see that tire. It was coming in. It was going to get value. And it's just that Anna in this room, and they know she's there, and they're going to take that Anna down, punish that, and with a Bastion on cart, just going to go configuration tank as well, just trying to get some damage in here, but with a Xenon
really
as well to keep it alive.
He doesn't get ZD3 unfortunately though. And let's just get the pick onto Azure. I think this might be a hold from Brigouden.
No, the Bastion's still up though.
The Bastion's still up, but he doesn't have a shield to protect him, and he's now facing two, well, one and a bit shields.
But then they have Junk, PlatPack. 100% win rate with Junk. Oh my word.
So far, yeah. Nostalgia's raining in damage. He's going to try and find Heyman underneath, who may be looking for a pick off on the Ana or the Zen. But even Proxy knows he's there. Proxy sitting so far in the back, just raining down damage.
Oh, it's a huge
slam
slam
from Diaz.
Massive slam from Diaz, going to get 3. But Azure though, the amount of healing and resources coming in to keep Azure up.
Big stick. The kills are just so even on this.
Yeah, but that's a massive anti there onto the Rhine. And Blitz just wasn't able to keep them up.
Another tire for Nostalgia.
60 seconds.
Excellent stuff from Jazz Brain. Just
Oh my word!
cancellation.
How did he know?
And Spartan picking up 2 kills as well. Proxy with the 3 at the end. That's fantastic cleanup. They're still stalling.
They're still stalling. Unbelievable stall. Tracer's still stalling. Heyman just doing so much stalling. Ball coming in, Lucio coming in,
30 seconds remaining.
and they are going to manage to cap. 0.3.
That was really good stalling from Brigouden at the end, but overall that was just an absolute. I stomped from PlatPack there. He didn't really have any answer to the massive amounts of damage that came through from Nostalgia and Proxy.
Initiating match.
Maybe they just run the same thing on defense. I mean,
I'm lost for words, honestly. I mean, Havana, like, even when your team is like so much better than the other team, it's still very difficult to complete Havana, just because that third point, how sort of strong the defensive position is once you're getting into that final sort of
In 30 seconds.
courtyard
yeah, definitely.
area.
And obviously, it's just Heyman and Diaz were just doing well. Diaz to a lesser extent because he got grabbed, but Heyman's stalling ability is just fantastic.
Really.
Double
Really
sniping
was.
on the defense for PlatPack, and Brigouden opting for the double shield, the Widow, and Bastion. So they're taking a leaf out of PlatPack's book here. Let's see how this goes.
One.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard for Nostalgia to find any value with two shields to shoot through. And yeah, with the double shield and the Bastion, they're just going to pirate ship this thing so
In
hard.
saying that, Nostalgia got two
saying
picked
that,
already.
hello!
I'm
And Proxy just takes down that attack as well.
Yeah, and the Orisa getting hit in the head there as well. Going to get very low force back. And PlatPack just going to push up here. They don't want the range fight. They're going to take it close. It's interesting
Heyman
to
opted
see
for the peek
such
on
a
the
broad
left, yeah.
composition with two snipers.
I mean, they're making it work. Nostalgia's just doing bits. He's getting the picks that he needs, and then the tank is able to just steamroll.
Sniper, be ready.
Like I said, he's a bit far pushed now. He's wanting to come back a little bit.
Yeah, nice use of the bubble, personal bubble there to get out, waiting until getting low.
Another big kill from Nostalgia. I think he just needed that, the confidence. That's everything for a Widow. Some more pick. I think this is just a total different class we're seeing now.
Brigouden just feels shaken from Anubis, I think.
Yeah, and as I said, with the momentum shift, or the momentum reset, that obviously goes against. It has to go against somebody. And I think Brigouden are just feeling that so hard just
Still
now.
going in deep
Azure
here.
just going
Massive
no
fire
fear at all.
strike. Gonna try and get this Xayah on the exit as well. They're gonna take down the Xayah, and that's key, getting the Xayah to stop and reset that charge.
Yeah, I think it was really big from Spartan, obviously with the nano into Azure and the nade onto everybody else, just to completely shut that down. Really good play from Spartan there.
Could be going in here again. It's a D3, but they're gonna get
Single
walled
take.
off. It's a
And that's
big
an
grab.
early grab combo. Are they going to get enough picks to actually...
Pretty even so far. Their D3 though gonna get frozen up.
He's frozen. Meow with a fantastic pick on the Heyman there. Saving... Meow
What?
with two!
Hello?
I mean, Meow's just doing so much for his team, protecting the D3 and also getting another kill onto Zadatak. It's huge. Absolutely amazing from Meow there.
Listening to that advice of click heads. Able to follow up on it as well. And that's a massive slam from Azure. And the follow-up does come. The wall not able to wall off Azure.
Oh, big slam from Diaz!
huge 5-man.
Trans a little bit late from Meow. That's so unfortunate.
Trans was delayed because Meow was slammed.
Or was? Yeah, okay, fair enough. I didn't see that. But they're still going up to the fight here.
They're going to commit the nano into Azure gear just to try and hold off for a bit longer, maybe. Try and get their other players back. They don't want to lose another player. They do not want to have another stagger to deal with. They are now back to 6. And they're going to take one. They're now going to take the 6v5.
That's a big meal. I don't know if that's going to actually result in anything.
Going to result in both the Rhine.
2 killed. But Nostalgia takes off Blitz again.
Yeah, Nostalgia though.
Again, completely uncontested in this high ground.
One-man show from Nostalgia is what it'll take to stall this out. Actually, just gonna escape.
Okay, fair enough.
Just gonna escape.
That's
It's a smart play. Smart
Good
play.
idea. Good idea from Nostalgia.
Don't get staggered. Don't get bad spawn. Very, very well played.
And so PlatPack are needing another grab combo. An early grab from Rezzler. Nice Maywall to separate them. And Zaratak with the death blossom on top.
Yeah, Zaratak there. You know, the good ult usage coming in. The only downside is they've left the payload, and they haven't been pushing payload from that fight, so they've gone back for the payload. But you know, it's so crucial winning that first fight after point capture, because you know you're gonna have that massive distance to travel for the defenders to get back to the defense in time.
Absolutely, but at the same time you need to push the cart as well. That's the whole point of the game. I think Diaz and Zaratak could get caught out here. Oh, that trigger's frozen mid-charge. Big fire strike from Diaz.
Oh,
and the
my
slam
word.
on top.
That's beautiful. Really was
Easy
beautiful.
stuff from Diaz.
I wish I was specking that. I imagine all of
We got a good view of it though, that's
are
good.
screaming at me for not specking that.
Nah, it's fine, we still got it, it's all good.
And they get
There's really only one fight for B on.
Yeah, one fight. Well, 2 fights for B. One early fight with the crowd, and then another fight with the Shadow, but both early fights. And again, they're gonna do this early fight again.
There's a lot of 2 kills, 2 huge kills. I'm not sure if the trans was necessary there from Meow since they had already lost 2 tanks. But I also don't know if the investment of the Mayo was fantastic there. Heyman with 2 again.
Heyman found how to hit heads on the May this time.
I think the fire effect from Nostalgia is really good into this comp, but if Heyman's just going to be hitting shots like that, Nostalgia might have to twitch. Probably go back to the Junkrat that we saw him on last. Really nice wall there, the tanks, and that's just the dragon through the grab. Excellent combo.
Nostalgia just gonna get so much value here. And I wonder if Heyman's gonna switch over to the Widow. Chooses to stick.
I think considering Heyman's that close to Blizzard, it's a really good ult game winner, or fight winning ult. And I think he's just going to hold on to that, but he can't use the ult if he's dead. Nostalgia gaining up for barrage. That's bold going right onto the cart.
Oh, it's a massive. He's gonna get one.
He just slept. And really good beat from Blitz, just obviously not quick enough to save Diaz. And they're just, with no tanks, PlatPack are just going to be able to storm forward here.
Very nicely done. Very nicely done by PlatPack. They have stabilized it. The point 2 was very rough. The offense from Brigouden very strong on second point. Really good fight wins from them, but now they've got the Baron to deal with. They're really struggling. They've got no real counter to it. Mayo,
and
what was that?
Heyman at finger maybe. Really nice grab, getting both tanks in there. Another grab as well. Proxy with the dragon layer on top. Nostalgia already doing the damage.
Oh my word!
Oh my good god!
Meow getting the resin on ZD3 as well there, and that's gonna be a win. Another win from PlatPack, and our 2-2, maybe our reverse 3 is gonna come in, guys. This is an
Oh, here
incredible
installing.
match.
Okay. We called the reverse sweep, and it's happening.
Is it happening between our eyes? I mean,
This is fantastic. Nicely from Stranded onto Bresla to stop flying onto cart. I really like the DPS picks there from PlatPack, just completely outranging both of Brigouden and DPS. They weren't able to do anything.
really was absolutely incredible performance
Play of the game.
from PlatPack. But Diaz Poor
And we're going to see this shatter.
gonna see this absolute monstrous shatter. We are gonna get it. Here it comes.
Oh my! And he charges into the bench. That's okay. Fair enough.
That's unfortunate.
Still a good shatter. Still good play nonetheless.
That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. And I didn't switch quick enough. Too slow. I am slow, but blimey. And we've got another 5 minutes to digest what we've just witnessed. What?
That was absolutely huge from PlatPack on Havana. Just unreal damage.
I'll just update the score. Unbelievable. Absolutely incredible. I'm lost for words.
I think just that first 5 minute break just did wonders for PlatPack. Just a complete reset. They just got time to compose themselves. I hope this next break is going to do the same because they're just on a tear at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, but what's this 5 minute break going to do for Brigouden? We're going to be going into a deciding control map.
Yeah, and so we're going to, I think, is it Nepal we're going to? Fair enough, that's not actually a bad map at all. Yeah, I don't know, I think maybe just more brawl probably for PlatPack and probably Brigouden as well. I think Brigouden have just kind of stayed really on that May Reaper.
Yeah, I think so.
Excuse me. I think maybe on Sanctum is where you maybe see some longer range. Maybe aiming on the Widow, maybe Nostalgia on the Widow, or maybe they just fight kind of close quarters and above that kind of room next to the point.
I can also see it on Village. I can also see like they're taking the high ground. You know, if you push mountainside as opposed to cliffside.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, you take those high ground through the village, through the buildings, as opposed to
Yeah, I
coming
mean-
down main and be able to put some high ground pressure up there with a Widow. As long as you can contain that and control that high ground, you can get good value from there as well. Because not only that, but you can actually shoot onto point from there. Obviously, being enclosed point of village.
Yeah, definitely. But that also, you need to just watch out for just the rest of PlatPack speeding into the rest of your team. Because they're just going to get mowed down if that's the case. I mean, if they're playing 5v6 and they're playing a Widow who's not hitting shots, then it's just GG, I guess.
Yeah, it's. Oh, man, I'm just so like. I don't know, my heart's just pumping so much. This is such a good, close game. Like, we called it from map 1 how close these teams were, and now we're here at 2 maps apiece. How close can you get in a scrim? Never mind a tournament match. It's.
Yeah. I really do think just both teams are just out. It's just out for blood, I guess. They're just doing so much, just doing anything to win these games. Obviously, it was Brigouden just taking that Widow pick in the first 2 maps, and then PlatPack just steamrolling on the next 2.
I do believe we're going in for capture the flag.
Capture the flag? Oh, so we are? Okay, that'd be interesting.
Hello.
It's an unorthodox game 5.
It is, yeah. I should have read the format, but capture the flag.
We're not really going to CTF, are we?
Capture the flag. Round 5. Capture the flag. Hello. This is something we don't see every day. I'm even more excited now. I don't think either of these teams have prepared for capture the flag. If this is capture the flag, it's gonna be insane.
I have no words, honestly. If we're playing capture the flag, but I don't know what to say, honestly.
Oh.
I think and I hope it's just a misclick on the game type.
Yeah, it's yeah, we're having a few technical problems as well, but I just want to talk a bit more about the compositional choices. We've seen a lot of Brawl today, like and we've seen double shield coming out a little bit from Brigouden, but PlatPack, Rhine, Zarya, every single map, every single point, apart from the Sigma on defense on Anubis. That was the only
Yeah,
difference.
I think Azure and ZD3 are just absolutely, they're just a great unit together. They're playing really, really well, and obviously they have the support of Spartan and Meow, and Nostalgia and Proxy are just kind of left to do their own thing, really. They're just raining in damage from always, just not giving Brigouden a chance.
You say Azure and ZD3 are strong playing as a unit. I don't think they've played together
Really,
before today.
you could have fooled me because they're playing so well together.
know.
Just staying with one another.
It's insane. Like, I'm watching them, I'm like, what is going on here? But I don't know, ZD3 really improving recently, really improving. Just getting back into the game, having spent years out, and really is something to behold watching these two tank players, neither of which are PlatPack's main tank, I would like to point out.
I mean, Azure's done an absolutely fantastic job on main tank. The shatters have been huge. He's obviously blocked a couple of Diaz. I mean, Diaz had, I think, overall had the bigger shatters. The ring gap is not huge at all. There's no distinct better player. I think it's just, as you said before, it's just so evenly matched on all accounts, really.
I do think Diaz Port is getting the better of Azure in the neutral Rhine v Rhine fights, and I think that's more to do with the amount of resources that Brigouden are putting into their Rhine as opposed to the actual Rhine play individually. But you're
Yeah,
seeing
definitely.
that Diazpor is getting so much healing pumped in from Blitz and from Ike to Key.
Yeah, so it's just like they're giving Diaz the bumper treatment. They're just hyper pocketing him and just hoping, praying that he does something. And obviously, a lot of the times he's just putting the team on his back and saying, "Right, you're coming with me. There's 4 people on the ground. Let's go." I think we're gonna have a sub here. I think we're gonna have Zekrab Dore for Heyman. I don't speak French, but I'm assuming that's what's happening.
Doesn't look like we are going to be going to CTF.
I mean, in my first game casting, CTF is definitely not what I was prepared for.
That's I lost for words.
I don't even think I've played Capture the Flag, let alone casted it, so this will be really interesting to see. Again, I hope that this is not the case. We are just going to go 6v6.
I'm hoping
If I'm
it'd
proven
be-
wrong,
I'm
then
hoping,
fair enough.
I'm hoping it's 6v6. Let's go. I'm just checking up on the format, but I'm oh, it is. It is Oasis CTF.
You're joking. We're actually playing This is amazing.
Insane. I'm excited.
We're playing CTF.
I'm excited.
This is nuts. This is unlike anything I've seen before.
I'm really excited. I'm sorry for those of you that I mean, I love seeing CTF in a competitive format. It's something you don't see, and you know, it is a competitive thing. And I can imagine that neither of these teams have prepared for CTF, and I
I
think
don't think anybody would have prepared for CTF,
ex-
Pella.
I'm not prepared for CTF. I don't know anything about CTF. Are you prepared for CTF?
Not in the slightest.
This is,
I think it had something to do with taking the flag and then putting it to your base.
yeah, but you can't use
I think that's
abilities.
it.
You can't use abilities when you got the flag.
Oh, neither you can. Yeah, you used to be able to just speed boost on Lucy or blink with Tracer, and then they patched it like 2 seconds later.
Yeah, or like hold shield with Ryan, just walk backwards.
Yeah.
But I can imagine both teams just sort of DMing their coaches like crazy right now, asking for tips on CTF.
What do we do with this?
And I don't think their coaches are going to know much either, to be honest. I think they're going to be like, eh? I don't think, I honestly cannot remember like ever going 2-2. But it looks like we are going to be getting ready very soon.
I'm really not sure if I'm ready for this.
I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm excited. Here we go. Capture the flag. Oasis City Centre. Oh my god, I'm falling off my chair with excitement there. Oh my word. Incroyable.
This is, I said, it's just unlike anything I've ever seen before. This is unreal.
Let's go. So, given what you've seen today, which team has the advantage in capture the flag?
I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. Brigouden have been playing Lucio. Maybe they have the advantage. Obviously, Meow's been playing Lucio as well. I don't know. We'll. This is unreal.
I wonder what compositions you would pick for capture the flag. I know nothing. I'm in the
You'd
dark.
probably play Lucio, Roadhog. I have no idea. I know that was at the time, like back in the day when I played CTF. I think once it was Lucio and Hog.
And how do you play it? Do you play 6-man team, or do you do 3 defending and 3 attacking? What? Oh man, I'm so excited. It looks
We
like,
just have to wait and see, I guess.
I mean, there's 2 very completely different comps coming out here, and I think Nos has actually got a really good idea here with the teleport. It's just going to help respawn.
Definitely, yeah. Does the TP drop the flag if you go through it?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
We know nothing. This is great. We're gonna
know
enter this
not.
blind.
Oh, ZD3 with a pick. Gonna trade though.
Huge pick on Blitz.
Gonna get traded though, and actually gonna lose that Drake because Mercy gonna get the res.
Yeah, but obviously Z attack with the Torb, just throwing in some headshots.
And we're gonna see Proxy on 3.
Interesting, definitely. Azure on Diva as well. That's not anything I thought I'd see.
You're gonna get team back.
Brigouden just speeding, just going headfirst into PlatPack. I think with that pick off onto Azure, I think they maybe just try and go forward. Although in saying that, Proxy gets blitz.
I mean, it's the Sim turret's actually gonna be really good, well placed there, protecting that flag. Oh wow.
If we're being honest, I did completely forget with the Sim turrets.
So much value coming through. Oh
This is
my
huge for
word.
PlatPack.
Can they get to the flag though? I mean, they've got to get through this bastion though. They've just left this bastion here defending. They played that 5v6, did Brigouden. And
Peg hook onto the bastion.
they're gonna get
And
the
he's
bastion
slash rank as
down.
well. Give the
This
pick!
time, this is their time.
Proxy traveling high noon, but he gets tagged by the turret. Okay, ZD3 he gets grabbed with the flag! And Meow needs his feet to keep him alive.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to keep your cat carry alive. They're running him.
They're just going to have to amp speed. They're just going so much faster.
Oh my word!
Big wall.
Huge
Big wall
wall
from
coming
Nostalgia.
out. They're gonna get
They
the
can't
flag.
catch him. The Roadhog is just so big. He's got so much speed. Although in saying that, they're just camping the point. They're just camping. Okay, big capture from ZD3.
Enemy has
Humongous capture, huge play by PlatPack. They just got this down.
the enemy.
Oh.
And Brizzle. Okay, that's unlucky.
Yeah, they're gonna be able to reset that flag pretty quickly with the return. And meanwhile, the rest of the team's gonna push forwards. Have you ever played Capture the Flag? I don't think I've ever played this game mode.
I played it on PlayStation 4 when it first came out. That's it. It was years ago.
I think if they made like specific maps for Capture the Flag, it could have been.
Definitely, yeah. I think at the time you could just play any control map, and it would be Capture the Flag. But I think this must be the only CTF map. It's a really different way to determine a winner, definitely, rather than just standard 6v6. Nostalgia just charging beam off of Diaz's shield, and he just melts him down in a
Oh
sec.
my word! Yeah, PlatPack. They're continuing their pressure. They're going in here. They're gonna get kills. Kills are coming in. They're gonna hog ult this as well.
The enemy.
Brigouden also just opting for that sim, just opting for the sim turrets at the flag. Proxy is going to be rolled, he's going to go for the flag. He can't roll, bear in mind he's not allowed to roll. If he does, he drops the flag.
Yeah, and you don't want to do that because once you drop it, you can't pick it up straight away either. You have to wait. And they're
It does
pushing
it locked,
this in.
yeah.
And they're getting the escort. Proxy in. Lucio is there, getting the
Blitz.
boot.
But, okay, doesn't top the cap.
And this is looking very good for PlatPack. They got 2 captures in.
And they've got the picks as well, so they can just try and go again. And they have ults to support this as well. They have Diva Bomb to just clear, just make space. Presumably for ZD3, well, he just gets carted back
It's a
to...
huge shatter coming in. Bomb doesn't get anything. It's a nice boot though, protecting the pin. Wall coming down.
I think just PlatPack is just trying to stabilise here. And Blitz just getting caught out in the middle of the team, but he does get punished by
Hello,
Spartan.
PlatPack getting kills in. ZD3
Just getting huge kills.
on this Roadhog, just doing so much work.
So much. He just putting the team on his back as he had been doing.
Enemy has taken your flag.
Oh,
And I think
yeah.
this could be a third cap.
This brig ult coming in, running to capture this flag, and this is gonna be GG.
As-
PlatPack are gonna take it.
That was the strangest thing I've ever seen. But it worked. I mean,
Play of the game.
PlatPack are able to just win that on a CTF map. That's sure.
Not something you see every day, but it's a very interesting format in the BlueGenji, and it is nice. It's something different
It's
every
a nice
single
break.
map.
Yeah.
It's a nice break. And speaking of breaks, that's gonna be it for the stream, guys. I mean, unbelievable, absolutely incredible performance from the team.
From both teams. Obviously, up until that CTF map, it was completely evenly matched. And then just PlatPack just asserted the dominance on the capture of the flag. They must have played this before. Are you sure they haven't been doing this in scrims? They haven't been scrimming CTF?
They haven't been scrimming CTF, but they rocked up with a predefined strategy, and they knew what they were doing. They just looked like they knew what they were doing. Unbelievable.
They must have at least one top 500 competitive capture the flag player.
Now you said that they may have a couple of top 500 CTF players in the Diamond team.
They must do.
In the Diamond team from the same org, I think.
Ah, okay.
May have been able to give them a bit of tips on something, but I mean, I know nothing about the actual
unreal.
team. One of those, I mean, they must have played CTF. One of them must have played CTF a lot. And ZD3 on that Roadhog was absolutely incredible brain pick. You didn't see Roadhog all day, and this is what I love about CTF, or what I'm starting to love about CTF. We have Brawl Comp all day from PlatPack, and as soon as you hit CTF map, it all changed.
Yeah, I mean that's just you can't play that brawl comp in the CTF. It just doesn't really work. You can invest as much as you want, but Hog has that heal. He just has that Lucio speed. He has the rally. That was just a comp based around that that game type. That was really good from PlatPack.
Yeah, it's like they've been planning that comp for ages. Absolutely beautiful. Really, really well played. Really, really well played.
And I think really good from Nostalgia as well, just picking that sim, just making sure that the flag was guarded with those turrets, so anybody who tried to get in through that door, they were just getting melted, stunned by proxy. And that's it, it's just gone.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anyway, thank you ever
was
so
wild.
much for joining both Leaky and myself, Hella, for this Hope tournament stream, and it was a good one, a close one, went right down to the CTF decider, and really, really enjoyable experience. Really enjoyed casting with you, Leaky. I hope we do this again sometime.
Definitely. I had a great time. Thanks for having me, Heather.
Thank you, and a big thank you to all of our wonderful viewers as well, joining us on the Twitch channel, cheering on our teams in chat, and being good sports. Anyway, that's all from me. Thank you very much for coming, and we'll see you again soon.
Cheers.
Keep returning.